food on people's hands, on their face, smacking. I could not even with this movie.
Today we're talking Saccharine, which is in theaters May 22nd, and it's completing our Natalie Erika James director spotlight.
I'm just going to say it now. I would not get any food when you go to watch this movie.
Yeah.
You're not going to want to eat a thing.
This one had you from the very beginning.
Like, I kind of feel like that's what it does to me.
This one is...
Everything in it.
This one is body horror in a different way, but it's still very much body horror. It's got a lot of very visceral sounds and images, and for people like you that have, I'll say, undiagnosed misophonia, this is going to be a rough watch.
Yeah, and if you have problems with food on people's hands, on their face, smacking, I couldn't. Like, I could not even with this movie.
There was lots of times I'd look over and like you were doing this and kind of like putting your hand up a little bit in front of your face. And
it was just her face with her fingers eaten because there was food all over her face and on her hands. And like, if food gets on my hands, I freak out. Like, I need lots of napkins. I have to like, and when I'm done eating, if I go to get my plate or and I touched a food by mistake, oh, forget about it. Like, and that's not even scary. It's just a personal ooey. This one was rough for me.
But to say that, though, it has all of that, but it does have some scare elements in it as well.
Oh, it absolutely does. I was just so already grossed out that I was emotionally drained that I could not jump. Yeah. I was more just like, and here comes some more.
Yeah. So the story kind of centers around a young woman that is having kind of like body image issues. And she finds this pill that she can take that makes her drastically lose weight. And it's made out of human ashes. And so then there's this haunting aspect that comes into it as well.
Which I do have to say, that's really a creative storyline.
Yeah.
You know, because there's so many diet medications out there or fad diets. I mean, the industry is saturated in it. But to come up with a horror angle where it's human ash, so now you're going to get haunted by the ashes of that human? Very creative. I applaud that.
Yeah.
And maybe if it didn't have the eating and the messiness, I could have handled it.
And she works in a...
she's going to medical school.
And so not only do they have those like kind of food elements that are very just unsettling, there's this cadaver part of it, and the effects on it are amazing. I mean, and I say that in a good way, but it's like it's gross. And then there's these scenes where they do kind of like a montage of people eating, people like working out, and then like the cadavers all together and like just mixing that all up. And it's just very like, there was a point I was like, oh man, like this is
so you're going to get nauseous in this one.
Yeah.
I think.
So I say that it is body horror, but it's not like the body horror that a lot of people associate like David Cronenberg and stuff like that. But it is very much a body horror.
Oh, it's full on body horror to me. Like,
and it's very effective when the haunted aspect comes into it too. And I think that what's really cool is this is reminiscent of Relic, her first movie, where it's very psychological. At first, she's dealing with her body image. She's dealing with these things that are going on with her family, and there's things with her dad, and just external pressures, and that's like all of these different layers of what causes body image. Like it shows her just scrolling through, we'll say like a TikTok or something, and it's all it is you're too skinny, you're too fat, you know, all this. So yeah, like she's dealing with all that. So it's all this psychological stuff that just slowly ramps up into this very physical danger.
Yes.
At the end, but in just a really, really cool way.
I mean, storyline, you know, great job. The actors, great job. I think for most people, it's going to be a really good watch. And if you have misophonia, no.
And the effects are really good because it shows her losing weight. And it's in stages, and it's such, I don't want to say subtle, but they do it in such a way that there's never, you just see it gradually happen, and it's very organic, and it just looks.
It kept making me think of the movie Thinner, though.
Yeah.
The Stephen King story Thinner. Like, I was like, oh, okay, it's like that.
Yeah, just not at the scale that one was.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it reminded me of that.
The haunting aspect of it is really cool too, because like I said, it starts off very, I don't want to say subtle, but it is.
Yeah, you just kind of hear stuff, and you're like, again, what was that?
And then like even before she even notices, like she's walking by and you'll see a reflection of something behind her.
Teapot.
Yeah.
Or a tea kettle.
But like, so you're seeing that before she even sees it, and then she starts realizing what's going on, and then that haunting aspect starts escalating, and it's, I don't want to say like coming into the world even more, right? And which is like, you can see it like sitting on a bed or like sitting on her, and like just, and the effects on that are just so cool, because it doesn't look like digital effects. It looks like something is sitting on whatever it is. So I don't know how they did that. But
I know, because like the bed just starts to sink in.
Like the ghost itself is really creepy looking.
Oh, yeah.
Before we get into spoilers, let's talk about ratings. What would you give this one?
This one's tough for me. The misophonia side of me wants to say, don't bother. But I think that's rare. I think most people don't get so triggered by food noises and smacking noises and food on people. So for that, I'm going to say I think it is worth renting, because it is well done. The scare part of it is good if you can just get past the stuff that grosses me out so much.
So you're a renter.
I'm a renter.
I'd give this one a full price. This one, I thought was really good. It's one of those movies too that says a lot without beating you over the head with it, right?
Yeah.
She's talking about something that's very prevalent in society right now that a lot of people are having issues with, and there's a concern and arguments about, and she's speaking to that, and she speaks to it in a way that kind of touches on all angles of it. But makes it a horror movie that's accessible. Like, so I'd say it's a full price.
I think she's good at doing that.
Yeah, she really, really is.
I think she like takes a personal, difficult
struggle.
And then puts a horror lens on it.
Yeah,
which kind of makes it, I don't know, a little easier to watch than like just a drama of this sad thing that's happening.
Like we've compared it to movies like Sinners before, where it's like another movie that was speaking about a lot of different things, but it was a horror movie first and foremost, and that's what it felt like. Yeah. And that's what she's, between this and Relic especially, I mean, that's one of her, using a corporate term, towering strengths.
You've been in the corporate world for too long. Towering strengths.
Okay. Want to get into spoilers?
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to go into Saccharine fresh, pause here and then come back once you've seen it and check out our spoiler section. Otherwise, check out some of our other reviews. So let's talk about, her name is actually Bertha in the movie.
We're gonna bypass the very first pill that she took, and she saw old man, and we saw dong.
Oh yeah, we should touch on that.
Because this movie had me uncomfortable so much of the time, and then you throw in an old man dong in there.
We touched on it a little bit. That's what happens is she takes this pill that was given to her by a friend,
because they're super expensive,
and it's human ash. Since she works and she's a medical student, she takes one of those other pills, tries to figure out what it is, because she's like, I'll just make it myself, instead of, she starts taking some parts of those cadavers and burning them down and making her own
from one cadaver. But
that first pill that she takes, again, she didn't see it, but it shows this reflection, and it's the reflection of the old man, I guess, whoever's cadaver that was. And you got
I got my oh, Lord have mercy.
It was there.
But then flip over to Bertha. I don't think that was much better to just keep seeing it. Creepy.
Which she's a naked lady who was a nurse.
And who was rather large.
Yes.
And not just large. That's not the thing. It's that she looks so bloated.
Yeah.
Which makes it, like, like, not human. But, of course, you find out that she had stomach cancer. And I think a lot of times that can bloat you and stuff. So, like, it's just, everything is extremely bloated looking.
And she's dead, so she has, like, the coloring and, like, the veininess and stuff
almost
like
looks wet.
Yeah.
Like, when they're...
But and what happens is the more she eats, it's taking the weight away from her and it's giving it to Bertha, and she just gets hungrier and hungrier and hungrier.
Yes.
So the more she eats, the skinnier she gets, the more Bertha wants, and she's haunted by this ghost. It's a hungry ghost, basically.
And I know that sounds like, oh my gosh, you mean I'm just going to keep eating more and lose weight? Like, sounds like a dream, because I love me some everything. But the way she's having to do it in this movie, like, because Bertha's so hungry, it makes her stomach growl. And basically, if she doesn't start scarfing down this food in a manner that even a wild animal, I don't think, eats food, Bertha starts destroying stuff.
And even when she tries to stop, when she goes to sleep, Bertha, like, takes her over. When you actually get to see her more closely, Bertha, she has, like, an eye that's, like, turned. She wakes up and that eye is doing that. And then as she comes back to herself, it, like, moves back. And then she wakes up and she's eaten, like, everything in the house, basically.
Yeah.
And so she can't get away from it, even when she tries to stop. And I think that's kind of like the metaphor for
what that can happen if you have an eating disorder. No, there's several different types of eating disorders.
Yeah, if you're struggling with that.
Yeah, some of these medications can turn off the food noise because it's like you're just always thinking about food and wanting to eat food even though you're full. And that's kind of like what this is talking about, I feel like, in a way.
Yeah, where you have this relationship with this unhealthy relationship with food, whatever that is, and it's something that you can't shake no matter how hard you try.
Well, and in this one, it even shows that even when she's real thin, and gotten to like her goal weight, she's still not very happy. So it kind of shows also that, you have to be happy with yourself and that the weight is not always going to be what fixes, internally. You have to accept yourself. And
like I said, I think it shows different aspects of that too. And I don't think you thought of it the same way when we talked about it right after. There's a trainer that she's working with who actually she wants a romantic relationship with. I mean, when she gets down to what she thinks is, okay, I'm like goal weight or whatever, the trainer is like, I'm concerned you're losing weight too fast. You don't look healthy and stuff like that. And I kind of took that as I think people deal with that too, is when they have weight, people are like, oh, you need to lose weight. But then they lose weight and people are like, oh, you're too skinny, or yeah, you look weird now. That's the way I kind of took that, is kind of like playing off of that a little bit too. So it's like this, they get it in their hand. It's like, I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't kind of thing.
Yeah. So Bertha, super creepy. Them cutting into her constantly and like just intestines and lungs and
like you said, touched on earlier, it escalates into a very real world physical danger because Bertha just gets stronger and can just start throwing stuff around, throwing people around.
Throws her mom around.
Throws a mom around, and so she becomes the danger, and so she's trying to fight that. And
well, she tries to fight it by stopping taking the pills. And she's like, okay, I'll stop taking the pills. Well, that just makes her madder. And still makes her eat, even though she's not taking the pills anymore. Because evidently she had taken enough of them that Bertha is attached to her.
She's attached to her because, come to find out, she has a scan done, and the cancer that Bertha had started in her pancreas, and now she has a spot on her pancreas.
Oh, that's right. And she goes to cut it out of herself.
Because she's like, I have to give her back that part of her.
That's what she's thinking. And it like opens, and then she cuts through like the fat layer in your body, and then she goes to the organ, and it's just like manhandling it. And
yeah, she's like pulling it out, and then Bertha has like found her at this point and grabs and starts pulling stuff out too.
Now we're talking about it again, and then I remember the ending, and I'm like, ooh.
It is a WTF ending. So she removes that part gives it to Bertha. Everything seems okay. She's healing. She goes to the trainer and kind of tries to
rekindle the romance.
Rekindle there, because it was left in a very bad spot. And they start making out, and then you see her like this weird hunger coming over her, and then her just bite, and then it cuts back, and that the trainer is laying on the couch, split open, like
all of
just
her skin
flayed
seems to
open,
just be missing all
and
up here.
She's in the corner, but then it kind of like pans out, and she looks like this painting that
was in like the school,
in the school that she was looking at,
in the medical school.
Yeah, and it was like, I just remember being like, whoa.
Yeah. See, now that's coming back to me, I'm like,
Well, overall, I think it was really well done. Another movie from her that just takes like these very personal stories, struggles, and just puts them through this lens of horror, and just makes a straight up horror movie that just has layers to it. So
I can agree with that. Yes. Mm-hmm. So what did you think of Saccharine? Did all the smacking and food everywhere gross you out as much as it did me? Or did you actually enjoy it more like William? Let us know in the comments.
Thanks for joining us today. And remember, around here, the fear is family.
Thanks for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, hit like and subscribe. And tune in next time to The Fear Review, where the fear is family.